Hello, 390 Wagon Master here. Another quick video on my Midland 4001. So there was a time about 10 plus years ago that I wanted to collect all of the 1001 series radios. I have a 5001 that came out of my dad's motorhome from back in the day, and it is like an early 80s 5001, and it's a real good performing, it's just a great radio. It performs really well. So I thought, well, you know, we'll start out the series. I kind of wanted to work my way up to a 7001. I think that would be really cool to snag one of those. There are so many different versions of these. There's UK versions, all sorts of different variations here. You know, the switch layout is the same, but they all had different functions. So being a greenhorn to the 1001 series radios, I found this on eBay, 60 bucks. They said it was mint, like new in the box, and that is true. You know, precision series, and I just thought we were looking good. And anyway, so I unpacked it and fired it up. And now this radio transmits really well. In fact, the audio that comes out of this, the audio quality, to me, kind of sounds like old school ceramic mic audio. It sounds pretty good with the stock mic. I like it quite a bit. It has fair to marginal adjacent channel rejection, but it has a high noise floor. You can't turn it, you can't get it down. Like I can take, like, look at this meter here, right? So generally with the RF gain up on a noisy day like today here in my neighborhood, I do get maybe 1 to 2 S units, sometimes 3 S units of noise. But what I'll do is I'll generally back that RF gain down to about 1 o'clock and I get rid of it. But as you notice, I'm backing the RF gain down here. I'm not getting anything. You know, you can tell that it's turning the gain down, but that meter's still there. Now, oh, Wagon Master, the meter's bad. No, it's not. It's not bad. I would say it's off a little bit. It could probably use to be zeroed, and it does change. I just brushed it here with my brush to clean the dust off, and it whacked my meter out. But anyway, I'm not really happy with the noise floor. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would try to start hunting down some service info on this radio. And come to find out, there are many versions of this radio, many more than I thought. And I guess I got took, or just, you know, stupid me. Because here I am thinking I'm buying like an 80s Midland, and I wasn't, and I mean, I did not. I bought a 2004 vintage. So Midland came out with these, not really sure exactly when. I mean, I've seen so many different dates, but this is the 40th anniversary 4001. So watch out for these. This is not the one. I mean, in my opinion, this is not the one you want. So go back and look at the identification tags on the back. Stick to something in the 80s or maybe even 90s. I'm not really a Midland person, quite honestly, so I don't really know, you know, all the different variations of these. But, well, you know what? Let's take a look inside. Okay, so we can just tell right off this is not 80s vintage. And, you know, it took me a little time to put 2 and 2 together, you know, as you know, I didn't even notice that it said anniversary series on the manual. But this is dated, let's see, can you see that? December 21st, 2004. And I looked up the board number, which I believe is this MC number. I think it was MC 1368, I believe. Anyway, could find really nothing on this. But honestly, I just don't want to spend too much time on it. It is in, you know, cosmetically, it's in extremely good condition. I wouldn't say mint, but it's pretty close. Maybe some of you guys know a little something about this radio or this board, I guess you could say. You know, pretty modern type layout. So anyway, it was off frequency. It was a little out of tune. I did find a little bit of service info on manuals dot something, and just a real quick some service tech info. Now I noticed that back here, this is the audio circuit in here apparently, from what from what I'm gathering, and this is our VR for modulation. But I noticed hiding back here, we have a little cut diode in here. I don't know if this camera's getting it. I'm on my GoPro, so these aren't too good for close-ups. But yeah, pretty interesting. 2004 vintage, 4001 anniversary edition, the anniversary model. Not a great radio. Nope. So somebody had their hands in here because, you know, we have that clip diode. Also, this was putting out like 6 watts, and it still had a little bit of swing to it, forward swing. This is RMS. I don't know what PEP was. I don't really care. But I did get it back down to 4 watts, dead nuts on, and it does have some RMS swing forward. Still has really healthy audio. But kind of an interesting radio. But I guess where I'm going here with this video is, if you're looking to collect the 1001 series, I call them 1001s, and I'm not really sure the correct term for this either. Kind of a greenhorn with these radios. Not really sure what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. However, this radio does not perform anywhere near like the old school 1001 series, like my dad's, the 5001. Now, my dad's radio cosmetically is not in good shape. It's been in the motorhome for decades. It was in an old 76 American Clipper, really cool motorhome. But I do need a meter. I cracked the meter by accident. His radio sat in my garage and got kicked around for a couple decades. Oh my gosh, since like I'm gonna say the mid to late 80s. And it was just kicked around and abused. The thing fell on the floor. I just didn't really care. I wasn't into AM radios. However, after my dad passed, you know, it's funny, things kind of change when that happens. And, you know, I sold his old Midland AM radio, which I'll show here in another video, that he had in his Vega station wagon when he worked for Western Union. And you know, I regret doing that after my dad passed, so I thought, well, I'm going to save his other radio and stuff and some of the other stuff. I've got a bunch of telegraph keys and sounders. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this radio. I may just yard the meter out. Anyway, I'm into this thing like 60 bucks. Well, more with shipping. So if somebody wants to buy it, you guys know something about this, I would gladly off it for, you know, in that $60 price range. Let me know. Email me, udxcbradio@yahoo.com, udxcbradio@yahoo.com. I don't want to do anything to this. I'm not going to golden screwdrive it or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Maybe somebody out there can do something with these. Anyway, the transmit audio is like excellent. I love the voice quality of this thing. It has a great sound to it. But receive wise, for me, it's a little noisy, and something's going on. It needs some more in-depth service info, and I just don't know anything about these Midlands whatsoever. Besides that, I'm not really a tech, nor do I try to play one on YouTube, but there you go. Anyway, the Midland 4001, I've got it in the box. The microphone is just absolutely beautiful. The radio's in really good condition cosmetically, and it does run. I mean, it transmits really well, and I think receive is like average. It's probably like equal to maybe like I don't know, like a Uniden Pro 510 or something, or a 520. It has that sound, actually. Yeah, actually, that's the sound that it has. So, anyway, there you go. One last look at the Midland 4001. And please leave questions or comments down below. Do I have like a really, you know, sleeper killer radio on the bench that I just don't know about? And if you have some in-depth technical information, I would appreciate it. I've got a resistor here that looks kind of funky. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with the AM receive performance of it. But that being said, it looks, you know, that and the cut diode, it looks to be pretty good. But let me know what you guys think on this. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? Should I use it as a wheel chock for the RV? Should I just yard the meter out and use the rest of the radio as a wheel chock? I really don't know what to do with this thing. You guys give me your feedback. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have yourselves a good one.